Imagine this: you wake up one morning, and before you even open your eyes, your phone already knows how you feel. It senses your anxiety from the way your fingers hesitate to swipe the alarm, your sadness from the rhythm of your breathing, your loneliness from the lack of notifications lighting up your screen. And then your phone does something terrifyingly honest. It shows you a report. You're not okay. That's it. No emojis, no filters, no distractions, just the truth reflected back at you. Would you want that kind of honesty? Or would it scare you to see what you've been hiding from yourself all along? If this thought already made your chest tighten a little, you're not alone. Because deep down, we all live with emotions we don't fully understand, and the idea of our devices knowing them before we do is both fascinating and frightening. Before we go deeper, hit that like button if you've ever felt like your phone knows more about you than people do, because, well, it probably does. Now let's be real, our phones already track everything: our steps, our sleep, our spending habits, even how long we stare at someone's profile picture before scrolling away. Imagine if the same algorithms that predict what video you'll watch next could also detect your emotional state. Tiny sensors reading your voice tremors during a call, your heart rate while texting, your facial micro-expressions in selfies. Suddenly, your device doesn't just know what you do, it knows why you do it. It becomes your emotional mirror. Creepy? Maybe. But also kind of powerful. Because what if it could actually help us understand ourselves better? What if your phone could tell when you're spiraling into overthinking, or when your confidence is slipping, and gently remind you to take a breath? It sounds like science fiction, but psychologists and engineers are already working on this. Emotional AI, machines that can read human feelings, isn't a distant dream anymore. It's right around the corner, quietly learning from your data while you scroll through memes at 2 a.m. But here's the twist: just because your phone could read your emotions doesn't mean you'd want it to. Think about it. Would you really want a pop-up message every time you were sad? Hey, looks like you're lonely again. Want to call someone? Like, chill out, Siri. I'm just eating ice cream and overanalyzing my life choices. It's this strange mix of comfort and invasion. We crave understanding, but not exposure. We want to be seen, but only when we're ready. Our emotions are private battles, those silent wars we fight in our own heads when no one's watching. And if our phones could see those wars, would that make us feel understood, or just more vulnerable? Let's picture a scene. You're having one of those bad days. Everything's off. Your smile feels forced. Your mind's heavy. You pick up your phone to distract yourself, and it instantly detects your tone, your posture, your pulse. A notification appears. You're emotionally exhausted. Would you like to take a walk? It sounds helpful, right? But after the 10th time, it starts to feel like judgment. Like your phone's become that friend who always means well, but won't stop reminding you how tired you look. That's when it hits you. Maybe the real problem isn't that your phone could read you. Maybe it's that you haven't been reading yourself. Maybe you've been too busy curating your life for screens that you forgot to check in with the person behind them. And here's where things get real. Imagine a future where emotional data becomes a currency. Your moods, your mental patterns, your heartbeats, all logged, analyzed, sold. Companies could target ads not just based on your interests, but your feelings. They could tell when you're insecure enough to buy something or lonely enough to swipe right. The emotional economy would make empathy profitable. Scary, right? Suddenly, the same device that once connected you could start manipulating you more deeply than ever. Because when technology understands emotion, it can also exploit it. So what happens when your phone knows how to comfort you just enough to keep you scrolling, spending, and believing it cares? But let's pause for a second. What if, just for a moment, we stopped seeing this as a threat and started seeing it as an opportunity? Imagine your phone not as a spy, but as a silent companion that truly helps you grow. It could guide you through your emotional patterns like a mirror that doesn't judge, just reflects. It could help you notice, hey, you've been anxious for days. Maybe this isn't just stress, it's something deeper. That kind of awareness could change lives, because understanding our emotions is the first step to healing them. And if technology could help us do that, it might just bridge the gap between human silence and human truth. Still, here's the kicker. The device can only show what's inside you. It can't fix it. No matter how advanced AI becomes, it can't give you courage to face yourself. It can't give you compassion to forgive your past. And it can't give you love to fill your emptiness. That's still on you. Your emotions are not glitches to be debugged. They're signals. The pain, the fear, the longing, all of it means something. And maybe the real reason we fear our phones reading our emotions is because deep down, we're afraid of finally seeing what those emotions are trying to tell us. Now let's flip this story on its head. What if one day, instead of your phone exposing you, it exposes everyone? Imagine scrolling through social media where every post comes with a visible emotion tag. Envy detected, loneliness detected. Suddenly that perfect vacation photo doesn't seem so perfect. That influencer's smile hides anxiety. That ex who moved on still feels regret. Would we finally stop comparing our lives if we could see the truth behind everyone's filters? Or would it just make us feel more disconnected, knowing that everyone's pretending as hard as we are? Here's the funny part. Maybe we don't even need a phone to expose our emotions. We already sense them. When your friend says, "I'm fine," but her eyes flicker for a split second. When you laugh at a joke you didn't find funny just to fit in. When you scroll through old messages at midnight pretending you're just checking something. Our devices might make it measurable, but our hearts already know. We've just forgotten how to listen. So maybe the real question isn't what if your phone could expose your emotions, but why can't you? Why do we need technology to tell us what our hearts already whisper every day? Fear. That's why. Fear of facing what's underneath. Because the moment we stop running, we might realize that the emptiness we keep avoiding isn't a flaw. It's a doorway. A place where healing begins. And maybe, just maybe, one day, our phones will evolve enough to understand us completely. But until that day, maybe we should learn to be the ones who understand ourselves first, because no device, no app, no algorithm will ever feel your pain the way you do. And if you can face that pain, you'll never need a machine to decode you. You'll already know who you are. So, before you put your phone down tonight, ask yourself, if it could tell you exactly what you're feeling right now, would you want to know? Or would you rather stay in the comfort of not knowing? That answer, whatever it is, says more about you than any AI ever could. And if that question made you stop for a second, maybe that's your sign to look inward, not at your screen, because the real emotional exposure doesn't come from your phone. It comes from your courage to be honest with yourself. If that thought hit a little deeper than expected, give this video a like. It helps more people find conversations like this. And don't forget to subscribe, because next time we're exploring something even more personal. What happens when your memories become digital and someone else gets to edit your past? Yeah, let that sink in for a second.